Good morning. This is Jeannie with another encouraging story. When you serve a big God, you have a big resume of stories to tell. Or you should, because He's very big and very great and wants to use you in many, many wonderful ways. So, this is another story about San Francisco. I was working with a girlfriend in Walnut Creek. I drove over there with her, and she had a house cleaning business, and I was working with her. And before we were headed back for the city, the Lord told me, I want you to take the BART train back to San Francisco. And I said, Lord, why would I do that? I have a ride. And He said, because I want you to. I have an assignment for you. And I said, okay. So I told my girlfriend, drop me off at the BART station. And I got on the BART and I asked him, where do you want me to get off? And he said, get off at the Embarcadero, which I did. And then I went for a walk. And as I was kind of walking slowly and listening for the Lord and listening for His Spirit, I noticed a very drunk man stumbling in the gutter and in the parking lot, kind of around the meters. And so I was really concerned because he was coming at me. And the Lord said, that's your assignment. And I said, that's my assignment. And He said, yes, I want you to go over and give him some money and pray for him. So I went over to him and I asked him his name. I told him my name and I said, I felt like the Lord has sent me over here to bless you with some finances and to pray for you. And he broke into tears and he said, no, 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 God doesn't love me. God doesn't care about me. I'm a terrible person. I'm a drunk. And I said, no, God cares about you because I was in Walnut Creek and He sent me all the way over here on the BART when I had a ride back to the city to meet you. So He does care about you. He's very concerned about you. I said, what's going on? And he said, well, he was in a church. He was a Hispanic man. He said, I was in a church. And he said, my wife died. And she was the love of my life. And he said, I just couldn't take it. And I began to drink. And then they kicked me out of the church, telling me I was no good. And that I was a lost soul. And I wasn't going to go to heaven. And I just felt like the Lord told me to ask for forgiveness. So I told him, I said, would you please forgive me and other Christians who have judged people who are hurting, condemned them, and spoken things over them that weren't of God. I go, because that was not of God that they released you. And I said, God understands your pain, and He still loves you. He still wants you to be in a relationship with Him. Can I pray for you? And the man was saying, I can't believe you're asking me to forgive you. And I said, well, I represent a lot of Christians, and the Christian community, and I want to let you know that that's not the heart of God for you. And so he was very grateful for that, and I prayed for him. And of course, he was saying he loved Jesus, he loved Jesus, he loved Jesus. And I broke a spirit of addictions over him. And I just told him to hold on to Jesus, that a new start was coming for him. And I'm saying all of this, I believe, by the Spirit of God to let you know that it's important we don't judge people and their conditions because we don't know what brought them to that condition, but that Jesus still loves them. And yes, being drunk all the time is not a good thing, but if we can't minister to the person and let the Holy Spirit minister to the wounds of a person, we will lose them. And it's not for us to judge them. It's not for us to kick them out. I don't care if the guy went to church drunk every Sunday. At least he was in church. They should have been praying for him. And I'm not judging them either because I don't know their circumstances. And there's always two sides to a story. But obviously the Lord had something to say about this in order for him to set up the circumstances the way He did. So let's walk in love as Jesus did. Jesus didn't walk around condemning people or casting them out. He was bringing them in. Let's bring them in with our love. Also want to mention one more thing. At City on a Hill on Mount Diablo Road tomorrow morning, West Mount Diablo Road, They're having a food outreach for people who need groceries. It's a beautiful event. A lot of love there. Holy Spirit is there. If you need groceries, please come get them. I'm not sure of the address. I think it's 481, but you'll see it when you get on West Mount Diablo, right off of Tracy Boulevard. It's right there to the left in a parking lot. You'll see it. Come and volunteer. That's always a kicker. I'll be there. And or come and get some groceries. Get some groceries for your neighbors. Our job is to give, share, share, share the blessings that have been giving us. So come on out and join us tomorrow at City on the Hill Mission Church and get some groceries or give some groceries. Have a great day. God bless you. Bye.